From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends, produced by Michael Leonetti. Sandy Kastel has been entertaining audiences for years on stage, screen, radio, and television. And for the next 60 minutes, she'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, authors, celebrities, and more, with special features like women in music and arts, shopping at Smith's, cooking with Chef Michael, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Good morning, and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, who's eating crackers. Crackers of all things this morning. Look at you. I can't believe it. Does that have peanut butter in between them? Are your lips going to stick together now, or your teeth? You got to clean out your teeth. I want to send out a shout out to Diana Pascal.
Why?
And Dr.
Why do we got to send a shout out to them?
Well, because you see what I'm wearing around my neck this morning?
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It's a note. It's a treble clef. It's a treble clef. And they are just the most generous people. They think of us all the time. Not only did Diana welcome us all into her home to teach us how to make biscottis, but we had a lot of fun with Lisa Grosso. We had Madeline Schenkel. We had, Pirko was with us. And we made these biscottis that were marvelous. In fact, Dad had some of them last night. Lisa, they were yours, the ones that you made and Madeline made, the ones with the chocolate dipped. Oh my gosh! And he said, "Oh my God, these are great!" And I said, "Yeah, we made these over at Diana's." And he said, "You guys got to start a place." I said, "Yeah, we're starting a place, all right." We got so many places we're starting. But thank you again to Diana and Dr. Perry for just being sweet. Sweet, 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 and so nice and so supportive of all the entertainers around town, going out to see them. I can't thank them enough for everything that they do for us, Michael.
Yes, they do. See what happens when
oh my gosh, he's speechless. He's speechless. Well, no, because I always expect him to say something.
Well, we've been blessed. We've been blessed to have some very special friends.
Some wonderful friends.
And I really mean that with all sincerity, and it's nice, to do that. In the movie, It's a Wonderful Life. And everybody out there, I'm sure, must have seen it. Was 1947.
At least once or twice.
It was Donna Reed, and it was Jimmy Stewart.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something, everybody. It was a movie that was before its time, and I'll tell you the reason why. All of us feel as though that we didn't make it in life, or I should have done this, and I could have done that.
Could have done this differently.
And I could have married this girl, or I could have married that guy.
Hit
or whatever.
that home run.
Yeah, whatever. Right, exactly. And in the movie, It's a Wonderful Life, when he said, "I wish I was never born," and Clarence the angel turned around, he looked up, he says, "Okay, Joseph," he said, he's talking to St. Joseph in heaven, he says, "I think we can do that." And he looked in his pockets and he said, "That's a funny thing," George said. He said, I can hear in my ear," he said. "That's crazy," he said. "I haven't heard it for years," because he saved his brother. Naturally, he had some kind of sickness that he went deaf in one ear. And then he said, and Clarence said to him, "George, don't look for your driver's license, you have none." And he looks around and he says, "And don't even look in your pocket for Zuzu's pedals, because
they're not there.
They're not there either."
They're not there.
He said, "See, George, you got a great gift." Listen what the actor said in the movie. "Listen, George, you've been given a great gift. You were never born." And he had a chance
to see what the world would have been like without him.
Without him in it. That's right. And many of us feel as though that we don't do anything for anybody.
Or that we don't mean.
Or we don't mean anything to anybody.
To anybody.
You know what I'm trying to say to you? We started this radio show how many months ago?
I don't know. It's like we're getting ready for our over the 100th show.
Right. And what happens is the good ends and so's the bad. We're going to television now. You know what I mean? And I said to Sandy, I says, there's no words to express our sincere appreciation to all the people that listen in every day, like Flurry and Steve, and there's a and people don't even ask for the show tickets anymore.
No.
They don't give a rat's ass. They don't care. They just automatically, they listen in, they get there, and we lift up their spirits. And these days, me and Sandy get up, folks. I'm going to tell you something. We're tired. We're in business.
You're tired?
Yeah.
How can you be tired, Michael? You hardly do anything. He wears himself out. He starts at 3 o'clock in the morning, folks. 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. He is up and at 'em. I mean, he's either out there washing the cars, he's making something in the kitchen. The house smells of food and aromas that are just amazing. And he wonders why he's a little tired.
You know, and today, my guest today is Sandy Kastel.
Oh, my guest is Michael Leonetti.
Right. And I said, San, I think, we got an hour. Let's talk to our fans.
Well,
let's talk to some people that, I don't want you to be afraid. The people say, oh, man, Mike, I called you a million times. 731-1230. Give us a call.
702-731-1230.
Right, give us a call. Give us a call. We want to hear what you have to say. Tell me how you feel. Because there's somebody out there that woke up depressed this morning for some damn reason. You know what I mean?
Can't imagine.
And people get up and say, oh, I woke up beautifully. Bullshit. That's crap. Don't ever believe that. Look, he ran right over.
I believe it. I believe it. I do believe it.
No, and it's true because, all of us as human beings, we want to feel good. Some people have to, drown they want to feel good in a bottle of pills. Other people want to feel good in a bottle of booze, or whatever that they do. But I'm telling you something. I really mean this. I wake up every morning and I look at Sandy and I say, thank God. And I'll tell you, she's a pain in my ass sometimes.
Okay. All right. Well, you know what? So much for that. So now, if you're just tuning in.
Ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, what I'm saying.
How can you say that about me?
No, I'm teasing.
I'm such a sweet girl.
You know I'm only kidding with you.
Yeah.
And last night we had a dinner and Jolie came over. Jolie, the great Jolie.
And Perko.
And Perko. Sweetest girl in the world.
Yes.
And my father-in-law, he comes in. That's my future father-in-law. So now he's conducting the big band. So I says, Dad, I'm going to open the show. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to open with a drum solo. You know what I mean? Open with a closer. I'm a firm believer in that. You get out in the ring, knock the guy down in third, like Mike Tyson. He got the crowd so up, you knock him out right off the bat. And he says, I don't feel good, Mike. I'm tired. I said, oh my God in heaven. I said, well, how are you going to play? I said, on the 19th. I'll be all right. He said, I just don't feel good right now. So I made a beautiful meal. The old man didn't hardly even touch anything.
He said, I don't feel hungry.
I don't feel hungry. I said, Pop, how about my special milkshake? Oh, your milkshake? Now, let me tell you something, folks. At Smith Food and Drug,
yes,
I am a ice cream connoisseur. Sandy and I are ice cream connoisseurs.
You are the ice cream connoisseur, dear.
You dig in too, sweetheart. Don't worry about it.
No. I just enjoy it.
Well, there's an ice cream called Bluebell.
Yes.
I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. I'm from Philly.
They make the best Rocky Road.
I'm an ice cream connoisseur. I tried Breyers, Dryers, Hires, Flyers, Myers. I tried them all. And I said, Bluebonnet. What's it? I just named it. Bluebell.
Bluebell.
I said,
there's a Bluebonnet.
And,
that's butter.
Right. I said Bluebell. I said,
what something. It's got blue in it.
I said,
$4.95. Another B in it. So, maybe it might have been.
So Sandy likes. Can I say this?
What?
Hurry up. So Sandy turned.
Hurry up. I want to talk. Go ahead. No, so what? You got the Rocky Road ice cream.
And I figured, let me take it. And I said to Tom Stunick, the general manager, I said, Tommy, I says, any more of that stuff? He said, let me go in the back, Mike, get a couple. I said, give me a couple gallons of that. So, yeah, we do.
Because we need it.
We need it. So I took it home. I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, in my lifetime, I never tasted in my life Rocky Road. And Baskin & Robbins, God bless you. You can't touch this place. It was absolutely incredible. I was the best I have ever tasted. And I never even heard of Bluebell. I never heard of it. I figured, let me give it a shot.
Is he going to make a recipe with ice cream, with Rocky Road ice cream?
No.
Is that what he's leading up to,
I'm just
John?
saying
Is that what you think he's leading up to?
Well, what do you want me to talk about? This is a talk show, right?
Yeah.
People come in, they listen in, and people say, okay,
anyway,
Mike, I'm going to try it.
The reason Dad was there last night was because he was picking up the charts for the big band date that's going to happen on October 19th over at Canyon Gate Country Club. So I just got to remind everybody, give us a call at 702-348-5707. That's 702-348-5707. if you want to get your tickets.
We got
it's
40
only $35, and we've only got, 40 seats left? Is that
40
what you
seats
said?
left.
40 seats left out of 150. So they're going fast. So hurry up. Give me a call, 702-348-5707, and get your tickets now. And we've got great entertainers. We've got Mark Giovi, Peter Pavone, Michael Leonetti, Jimmy Molador, and myself, and of course, my dad, Dick Kastel, and his 16-piece orchestra. Now, I got to tell you, these guys rehearse over at Jim Hemmings' studio, rehearsal hall. And we got to send a big shout out to Jim Hemmings because, here's a gentleman that said, there is a need in this town, and when I build my house, and he had, a couple of acres, and he said, I'm going to build a rehearsal studio for the musicians. And he built this rehearsal hall years ago, and now there's so many musicians, from all variety of styles of music that go over there and use that rehearsal hall. And, it's just a matter of, you supply, some cold drinks or whatever, put a little cash in the till, just to help out, with the water and things like that.
Wasn't he with the Doomcuffs?
But he has, I don't know about that, but he has like 6,000 big band charts there. And what the musicians do, like when my dad has his night, what he'll do is he goes in and he picks out the songs for the guys to play that night. And all they do is they run the charts down. That's what they do with the big band. And it's a great exercise, for musicians, for them, as a matter of fact, because these are guys that have played with all the great legendary performers that have come to Las Vegas. And now maybe they're in their 70s or 80s or 90s. And here they have a place to go play because that's what they do. And as musicians and performers, that's what we do. We are forever young. And that's why I have my program, Stay Fit and Fabulous Forever. And as you can see, I'm wearing my outfit to go do yoga this morning because I have to get there really, really fast. As soon as this show is over, I got to zoom over there down the street to Sherry Goldstein's yoga studio, where I'm going to be going to the class this morning with Sherry. I'm so excited.
Yeah, good.
And that's going to be one of our programs that we're going to do for our segment on the TV show.
It's nice. I was at the Canyon Gate today. I'll tell you about it later.
Come on, wake up, Michael. Wake up.
I'm up.
There you go.
They busted my hump. Stop sticking your fingers up to me.
If you're just tuning in now, it's Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We need some entertainment here. So we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors. Yes.
The devil may care, and I'm just the devil.
To start your day, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I got to just let you know, keep an eye out for us on Channel 6 on Cox Cable,
right,
and also on 33 on DirecTV, because that's where we're going to be on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday in the mornings. But we haven't locked in a time yet, but it's going to be in the mornings. And also we're going to probably lock in some times in the evenings too. So we'll be announcing that on our Facebook. So be sure and go to our Facebook, Sandy Kastel and Friends, and keep posted of what we're doing. Also, we have our website, Sandy Kastel and Friends, and you can go there and find out what we're doing. We just want to say we're having so much fun. We've got all these things that Michael's doing. He's got business. He's out there working every day. We're coming in here. Who is that on the phone? Oh, Jolie.
Jolie.
Okay.
Good morning,
You just told me to wake the frig up.
Let me turn down the mic. Okay, go ahead.
Sandy. Good morning, Sandy.
Good morning.
Mike.
Good morning, Jolie.
Good morning, buddy.
Oh, guys, what a dinner last night.
Was it good?
It's unbelievable. We had such a good time with your father and mother, Sandy. And
Thank you.
that chicken was the best chicken Mike ever made.
Yeah.
And I think this morning is supposed to give the recipe to everybody.
Chicken cutlets. That's right.
That's right. That's what I'll do.
The peppers.
That's what I'll do.
roasted peppers.
I'll give the recipe. I'll give it to you right now. But before I give it to you, I want to, Jolie, we are so proud to have your paintings in our home.
Oh, they're beautiful.
And I got to tell you something. I wake up in the morning and I look up. And I just look around and I say, my God, because we got them in the bathroom. I was sitting on the toilet this morning.
No, our bathroom's too small. Don't believe that.
And you know what I mean? And it helps me go easier when I look at
Stop
your.
it.
No, but your paintings are beautiful, and every time we have an affair at the house and a party, people come in and they're just it's breathtaking of what you have, you know. And
you know, it's interesting because it's an impression. It's abstract impressionism, and you have actually, you know, broken down some barriers, you know, with your paintings, and you've done something that's totally unique to the art world. And I want to just say I'm so happy, and it's nice to have your paintings in our home. We get up in the morning, like he says, and not only that, you sit in the evening and you see them, and the lighting makes such a difference too on them. And my dad has his favorite. You noticed, remember, he kept saying, "Oh, that you mean that painting right there? That's mine." He goes, "That's my favorite."
Now, Jolie, there's something I need to ask you. In the
Everybody's
event,
got a favorite.
God forbid a tragedy happens and you're not here no more, and you're in the great paint sculpture in the sky. Do we inherit these paintings? Because there's enough wood and frames I can build another house.
You know, then the rain will be coming down in color.
That's right.
Only you and Sandy can take my paintings and place.
We love you, Julie.
Nobody else.
You know, and it's funny, folks. I want you to understand something.
And Pirco.
And Pirco. Again, like I said to you, I was blessed to have very sincere friends, you know what I mean, that stayed in rough water. And when you get into business and you bring new artists into Las Vegas, and you know, you always got controversy in everywhere. Everybody's got controversy. Most people for controversy, people run away. They don't want to deal with you. They don't want to work with you. They don't like you. They hear
controversy.
Well, yeah, people, they do that.
Right.
You know, they hear stuff. You know, but one thing about Jolie, stayed his ground. Stayed with friends with Sandy and I. You know what I mean? The Grassos. You know what I mean? And I joke when I say the billionaires.
That's right. The Grassos are two most beautiful people
They are.
I ever met.
You know, and and he's not a billionaire. I was only teasing.
Yes.
He's not a he's a trillionaire.
You know, I get so many compliments everywhere we perform, and I've got to just send out a shout out to all of our fans and friends and that come out and support us, whether we're doing a WEMA event at the home, which is our organization where we're raising money for scholarships, and where anybody can join. You can become a member on WIMAFoundation.org. That's WIMA Foundation.org. Or if we're playing, whether we're playing at the West Wing, the Siennas, the Hacienda Del Rey, or Tuscany Grill, everybody is coming out to see us, and everybody says the same thing. Sandy and Michael, your people that come out and follow you and that are with you and your friends and your fans, they are the nicest people. The nicest people.
Well, let me say this to you.
How lucky can we get? How lucky can we get?
In my
really?
lifetime.
Because that's what life is all about.
In my lifetime.
And I don't want to take your time. I know you're busy there. Chef Michael.
Yes, my buddy.
What time is dinner next Sunday?
Next Sunday? I think it'll be 5 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 o'clock. 5:30.
Jolie, we love you. We thank you. Give your wife a big kiss. And again, like I say this all the time. Jolie, and I asked him yesterday, what inspires you to paint? He said he puts his wife in high heels, naked, walking around the house. And I think it's wonderful.
Wait, he also listened to my music, you know. He had never done that in his lifetime.
The only difference what he did is he wore his wife's high heels and he walked around naked.
Thank you, Jolie.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Mike. We love you guys.
Okay, great. See you next week. See you Wednesday night over at Tuscany Grill. Okay.
Thank you, Joe. I got to tell you something about the Tuscany Grill. Again,
speaking of nice people,
forget about that.
We got photos right here.
Yeah, they're the
to
best.
Prove it. Yeah.
You know, Lou at the Tuscany, he called me up. He said, "Mike, you want to do a couple more weeks?" You know, I got to tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a supper club. It's a restaurant. This guy. This man rearranged his restaurant. He says to me, you know, some people come in with the booths. They want to see the show. I'm going to put more tables in. You know, how do you... let me tell you something, and it goes beyond money. How do you thank somebody for
that does so much for you?
That does so much for you.
Right.
Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? I mean, when we open our supper club, Lou's wallet will never open because I won't allow it. I'm serious. Mike, his partner, very rare individual. Guy's about 6'6". Okay? He fought Gene Tunney for the title and won. And you got Jerry, who's the most unbelievable chef. And I'm telling you.
And humble.
His meatballs are neck and neck to mine. This kid, you know, when one guy, a chef, could sit down and eat a good Italian food and say, "This is good," it's a blessing. Like my grandmother it's such a great honor, to sit down, because my father, God rest his soul, if you gave that old man a bad meal, he was a miserable son of a for the whole day. That's how he was. What a lousy meal! I can't. That's what he did for the whole day. My poor mother. No, my mother. And look about my mother. She tried. My mother was a terrible cook. I had a Chinese girl.
But
true
your grandmother
story.
was excellent.
My grandmother was the best. My mother was terrible. So I had this Chinese girl. I met her in school. I said, "Mom, I want to invite her over for dinner." She stuck a message in a ravioli, like Yankee go home or something. The girl cut the ravioli. There was a piece of paper in there. I said, "Mom, what'd you do?" She said, "Well, I'm going to make her feel at home." I said, "Mom, you don't put a piece of paper in the ravioli." So anyway, 731-1230, the phone. I'm looking at that board. Nobody's calling. Where's everybody at? Are you sleeping? Did you turn me off? Are you tired of us? What the hell's going on?
They're probably exercising.
Because once we're gone, you're going to miss us. I'm telling you something.
Listening to us while they're exercising and staying fit and fabulous forever.
You're right.
Because, we've got so many different things that they can do around town. We've got dance. We've got Pilates.
Not
we've
Pilates.
Got yoga.
Not
we've
yoga.
Got swimming.
Not
yes.
Swimming.
As a matter of fact, I called the Desert Mermaids. And I think that's what they're called. The Desert... Was that a Desert Mermaids? They're the synchronized swimmers.
Right.
There's a couple different teams around town that do the synchronized swimming. That's quite a big sport now.
Well, why don't we have them at the house?
What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to their house because they have a certain thing that they do at their pool. So we're gonna set something up and go shoot it there.
Really?
Yeah.
Somebody's on the
phone. I don't know, but they might just be talking to Ryan.
Who?
Oh, Shiny Jason. Hi, Shiny.
Shiny buddy.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
No, I can't hear you. I'm in the toilet. Where are you?
Oh, good. I'm doing the same thing.
You're playing tonight, aren't you?
Yes.
Where are you at tonight, Shiny?
Shifties.
Shifties.
Hey, that's a nice place.
3805 West Sahara, near between Orville and Valley View.
Yeah, that's not far from the Palace Station.
No, Shifties is nice.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so who's over there? Who's over there playing? I know you're going to be sitting in.
The main star of the show, who's putting on the show there, is Bobby Jones. He's
not
blues
Bobby
singer.
Jones.
Yeah, Bobby Jones.
Tom Jones's brother. I love Bobby.
Yeah, and he's a blues singer from Chicago.
Yeah.
And so the thing is I sit in on the show, so I don't play throughout the show. Only I guess maybe a couple of songs. So when you sit in, you just don't know when you're gonna get called up.
Well, that's okay. It's like when we do a show. We invite our guests to come up and sit in and see, like CeCe Spencer and Don
CeCe's so special because when I first met her,
Red.
she waited for first set and she kept
Tom
saying,
Nelly.
I'm related to Nat King Cole."
She did not.
She kept coming up telling me that stuff, and then I found out she wasn't related to Nat King Cole.
No.
That
You're
was his
the one
daughter.
who instigated that.
That was his daughter.
But what time are you playing at, or what time is the show tonight?
Well, the show is, I think, scheduled from 8 to maybe around 8 to midnight, I think.
Okay.
And so I'll be there. I got to be there because, like I said, but when I was playing there before a few months ago, and I would go on towards the end of the show, and I imagine it'll be like that. But you just really can't know that. But I will be sitting in and trying to steal the show.
Well, before you do any stealing, don't forget the 19th. You're our guest, but guess what? You and your wife, we got a lot of packing up to do after that show. We got to take a lot of stuff down, so you better dress comfortably.
He's already recruiting you.
Yeah,
and your
buddy.
wife, Karen.
No, we're looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah.
Well, we love you, buddy. Well, thank you for calling, my dear friend, and we love you, and we'll see you Wednesday.
See you Wednesday night.
Thank you, Mr. Mohawk. Thank you very much. Who do we got on the phone? Not Magnolia.
Yes, it's Magnolia.
Hi, Magnolia. How are you?
Pretty girl. So pretty. Magnolia from Truffles and Bacon.
I know. How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
What is your special today?
Well, we have a Cubano sandwich. It's roasted pulled pork with ham and pickles. And it also has cheese. I forgot. I think it's a provolone cheese.
Watch out on the provolone.
Yes, and then it's served on a French bread.
Oh, you know what? I've got to go over there to that side of town because the thing of it is in Las Vegas, it's not that big a town. That you still can't just get across the town in like 20 minutes.
But people are spoiled.
Yeah, so we're on the west side over at Canyon Gate, and you guys over on the east side. But you're in Henderson and you're at the Antique Mall. Give us your address again.
It's 6665 Southeastern Avenue. And we're between Warm Springs and Sunset, right across from the Sunset Park.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if I can meet George over there because I've got to meet George, and we're having a little meeting. And so maybe I'll meet him, and I'll see if Pirko can join us over there.
Yes, we all. Yeah, I won't be there. You'll be eating, and I'll be.
That's right. He's going to be working. Actually, Warm Springs isn't far from where you're at, Michael. You could probably pop in.
Call me.
You could pop in for lunch with us. Yeah, because I have to go to yoga class with Sherry.
And I have to go to yoga class. I'm going to go with Jim Mario. I'm doing my ballet today. We're doing the dance of the Seven Virgins. Anyway, we thank you, Magnolia, for calling. We love you. We hope to see you at the Tuscany.
I'm going to see you for lunch. Okay.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thank you so much. You know who we got on the phone, Sandy?
T-Fox.
One of the greatest entertainers beside myself and ever lived. And what happened was my people from New York called me and said, how did this kid get the entertainment of the year, of the award of the year? He said,
you know what? He stormed into town, and I got to tell you, I know you're the storm that never stops.
That's right.
But T-Fox, I got to give you credit, man. You've been here, about a year and a half?
Right.
Well, you mean coming back or
coming back? Coming back to Vegas.
Oh,
you just came back about a year.
About a year and a half. Correct.
That's right. And here you are. You just won this wonderful award, and you just had a fantastic show on Friday night.
My God.
And it was to a sold-out house, 800 seats, and you were sold out with the Las Vegas Follies. Oh my gosh!
And they all went topless, which I thought was great.
Hey! No, it was a child-friendly show. It did not go topless.
Well, T-Fox is...
So T-Fox, congratulations on everything you're doing.
T-Fox. You're doing a great job, and that's a wonderful thing. It's funny. That's why we want T-Fox, because we would have our television show. He needs to be on it. And I'll tell you why, because today, outside of doing lounges and shows, if there's 800 people, you got 800 people that go back and say, hey, we seen the T-Fox show was fantastic, But television, you reach hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh, and he's got a mailing list of 80,000 people around the country.
It's incredible. Yeah. And what it's amazing is that I couldn't believe it when T-Fox, I went into his room, he took me on a tour, and it was the Christmas, and he had a beautiful Christmas album.
Yes.
This man sends 80,000 Christmas cards to everybody. And that's 45 cents a piece. And I said, let me ask you a question, T. How do you do it? He said, Mike, I save up all year. He says, and every penny that I make goes to my Christmas cards.
Yeah, T-Fox, I got to introduce you to Peter Anthony. You haven't met him yet, but he's from Let's Talk About Your Hair. And he's been managing my color now. And they have a 12,000 square foot facility over there on West Charleston, over at 10300 West Charleston. It's between Hualapai and Town Center. And you've got to get together with them. On Tuesday afternoon, he does a meeting. I think it's this Tuesday, or it might be next Tuesday, but I'll verify that, but you can check it out. And he talks about how to market yourself, and it helps businesses, new businesses marketing. And one of the things they do is send out cards. Are you familiar with send out cards, T-Fox?
No, but I'm familiar with the internet, and that's how we do it.
There you go.
Well, he's got this thing. It's really great, and me and this kid, we really connected. Yeah. And we're so proud of that. He's one of our major sponsors. In fact, he bought a table of 10 for the show on the 19th.
That's right.
Which is really nice, and because that'll be televised. That's one of the shows that we're going to be shooting for the TV show. At Canyon Gate Country Club.
So, T, tell us a little bit. Tell us how your show was.
I just want to say real quick, you guys, first of all, the Canyon Gate, I can't wait to see that show. It's going to be phenomenal. I wish I was in it myself to just party with you guys, but I'll be able to sit back and watch it. The show, you guys, was just wall-to-wall seating. It was unbelievable how it turned out.
Oh, great.
Because we weren't sure. We had a storm on Friday.
I know.
Yes.
I know. We were in it.
I was like, what's going on here? But it wasn't about the storm. It was about dancing in the rain. And I tell you, the celebration of life was unbelievable by watching Rich Rizzo's Folly. Girls, man, Susan did unbelievable. I mean, it was just a packed.
Oh, I know. Suzanne Gibson. She's amazing, isn't she?
We had a Congo line of at least about 85 people walking all the way around the room. They told me it was the first time that's ever happened in the Sun City Anthem. And it was just a happy one. But the good part of this, you guys, is I have several offers out of this already, and God has truly been blessing. So
all right.
We thank you, T-Fox.
We want to get you. We want to go see you on the Strip.
Yes. And we're going to see you
guys this week. I'm going to come over Wednesday and party with you guys.
Oh, cool.
Good. It's about time you did something, you son of a. You notice I stopped all the ethnic jokes. I don't push the envelope no more.
I'm so proud of you, man.
You're proud of me. I ain't funny anymore. I can't show you.
Now you got. Now I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you one of the greatest awards ever for that. Yeah.
It's all right, T-Fox. I love you only because you got a piece of Italian in you, buddy.
It's all love, man. It's all about us all being together.
That's right.
Thank you guys so much, and I'll come and see you guys on Wednesday.
All right, we'll see you Wednesday night.
Thank you, buddy.
Great.
Friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And thank you guys for everything. I love you, and just you guys out there. The best radio show in the morning to wake you up is better. You guys are better than coffee.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks.
You know I got to talk about
Thank
Alex.
you, T-Fox.
Thank
Have
you.
a great day. Say hi to Imani.
Yes, Sarah. I said hi.
Okay.
Love you guys.
Thanks.
Let's talk about Alex Yanko.
Alex Yanko.
Let's talk
He
about.
said, you guys are so funny.
Let me talk about Alex Yanko, for instance. Now, here's a guy. He took his mother.
Yes.
To the show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He looked like his sister. She was so young looking. And I said, Ma, I'm going to sing you a song. And it was so nice. You know, here's another guy that we met at the Cigar Lounge. This guy, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to remodeling buildings, homes, this guy actually built with his own hands the piece on top of the Empire State Building. He climbed up there. Unbelievable.
How did he get it up there?
I don't know what he did, but there's a guy 35 years ago goes all the way on the top of that little peak.
35 years ago, he was just born.
No, well, I don't know how he did it, but it was amazing. And I give him credit. And what he does, he loves New York City and the Italian people, so he actually polishes
Shut up.
the crown.
Listen, Vivian came, yes, and she had a good time. I was so glad to meet her. Vivian, that's his mom.
I never sang her a song.
I know.
They
you
left.
Sing
So
her
let me
song.
sing it now.
Okay.
You're the end of the rainbow, my pot of gold. You're daddy's little girl to have and to hold. That's all. Anyway.
Oh, sing more.
What do you mean?
Sing more.
No, at the weddings. It's a true
Daddy's
story.
little girl.
Yeah, in the true story. And who made that song famous was Al Martino.
Yeah.
So at the weddings back east, when I was a kid, you know, you always had like the father would get up and says, okay, now it's the father's turn to to dance with the
bride.
With the bride.
That's right.
And that's the song that they would
Daddy's
sing.
little
And
girl.
I always wonder why the father cried. Every wedding I played, the caterer would hold up the bill of how much it cost him for his daughter's wedding, and that is when
What
the
made
old
him cry.
so went. You're the end of the rainbow, my
daddy's
pot
little
of
girl.
gold. You're daddy's little girl to have and to hold. Your precious gem is what you are, my guiding light, my guiding star. You're the spirit of Christmas, star upon the sea. You're the Easter bunny to mommy and me. Your sugar, your spice. You're everything nice, and your daddy's little girl. They don't sing that song.
That goes out to Vivian Yanko.
Yes. Well, yeah. Well, you know, because the mother's song, you know, and naturally the mother, like when my mother got up and at my wedding, and I said, Mom, what do you want me to do? So when we dance, you know what I mean? What do you think my mother asked for?
I don't know, some rock and roll song?
She said, Cello una mezza mare, mamma mia, mamma di dare. That's what my mother wanted for me, to dance with her at the wedding. Ma, I know you're still alive. Thank you. She's doing great. My mother's still rolling meatballs. The worst cook in the world. But I love her. My mother tried
She's
to
going
cook.
to hit you upside the head, you know.
It's
I
in
should
my
do it for
cookbook.
her.
It's in my cookbook. I said it, Maj. My mother can't cook. She's great. My mother could clean a house, though.
Oh, yeah.
My mother could clean a house.
Spotless. Yes.
Unbelievable. Because I remember my mother, years ago, they used to paint. Remember everybody would paint?
Yeah.
My mother was into psychedelic before psychedelic was coming. Okay, I was like 10 years old. And my poor father, unbelievable. In those days, it wasn't a water-based paint. It was oil paint.
Oh,
and my mother,
God.
God's honest truth,
Oh,
she'll paint a
that's
wall
so
blue.
strong, yeah.
She'll paint pink, poison green. You know, I don't know if the woman was on pills. I don't know if she was smoking
Yeah, but
pot.
that was
I
the
have no
style.
idea.
Those are
It was
some of
back
the
in the
popular
60s.
colors,
and
yeah.
my mother was hip. Well, this
Yeah,
is a
she
true
was hip.
story.
Yeah.
True story, folks. My mother gets up in the middle of the night. I don't know why. Cleaning the house. She decides to paint. The poor woman goes into the bathroom. She gets out lipstick red paint. She had. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is an oil base.
Yep.
You can't wash it off with water. And she decides to paint some of the bathroom and paints the toilet seat.
Whatever gave her that notion.
Now my mother's name is Dolores. We lived in Philadelphia on a first and second floor. The house was so small you couldn't put a Volkswagen in there. That's how small it was. My father goes to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I hear him say, Dolores, what the hell did you do? The poor guy sat down, and I, at the age of 10, that I am scarred today, at the age of 62, had to get turpentine on a rag and wipe it off the guy's ass. Unbelievable. And he had a round mark from sitting on
And
the
it was
toilet.
still red after you wiped it off.
And the poor guy was
because
in
of the
tears.
turpentine.
He hit
Oh,
the
my
roof.
gosh.
What's wrong with you, Dolores? Are you crazy? And my mother, turpentine. Till this very day, I can still see my father's ass in my face.
Oh,
and
no.
it was horrible.
Oh, my
Unbelievable. And seriously, I had to wipe it off with turpentine.
Please.
Well, it's a true story. I'm not lying. It's true. And the poor guy, it was a shame. It was sad. But anyway, that's true. My poor father. He's dead. He was a great guy. I really miss him. He was a gem. He was an undertaker, and his motto was, "I'm the last person to let you down."
Oh, my gosh.
Oh my God, Evan. Anyway, I'm feeling good today.
I see.
I woke up. I
You
came
look
in
so
great.
nice in your nice
well,
suit.
I'm a very handsome
and I know
guy.
you had to change your tie this morning because
was
you had
schmutz.
a nice blue silk tie on. And yeah, you got something on it when you were eating your meatball sandwich this morning with mayonnaise.
That's you. That you with mayonnaise. My grandma will be turned over in her grave.
I love mayonnaise. Listen,
The
my
Irish
mom,
do that.
My mom,
The Irish do that.
No. My mom, she grew up in Vernon, Texas, and I don't know what it is, but French toast, we had it differently. It was made differently, and mayonnaise. She used a lot of mayonnaise when she made sandwiches, and so I got used to that, and I love mayonnaise on my sandwiches.
It's funny. I wrote a song, and
You wrote a song.
T. Fox heard it, and it's going to be released.
He wrote a song too.
Yep.
I sang it with him, remember, over at the West
it was
Cigar
beautiful.
Lounge.
And
I was wondering this morning, didn't you videotape that night? When I was singing that song with T. Fox, weren't you there? Oh,
No, John wasn't there.
That's too bad.
It was David Taylor that was there.
Nice.
Yeah, and
it was David Taylor.
And I hope everybody buys the album.
Where's that footage?
Everybody has an album. Everybody that comes in here,
Everybody has
and it's funny about
an
entertainers,
album
If you see entertainers out on the strip, and I'll say, "Hey, Jim, how you doing? Just how you doing? I got 3 weeks in Reno, and then I'm performing. You got the Tuscany. No one asked you if you performed. I just said, how you doing? So anyway, I wrote a beautiful song, and it'll be released.
It's called How You Doing, Bud?
Now it's called She Was Bred in Old Kentucky, but just a crumb down here. So
If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with
God.
Chef
Yeah,
Michael.
baby.
And
My
we'll be right
recipe.
back after a message from our sponsors.
with my recipe, I'm going to give my recipe now.
I don't know if you're ever going to get to
Oh,
it.
I'll
honey.
get a chance. You
Yeah,
better
I don't
believe
know.
it. Oh,
I got
yeah.
a lot of stuff to
Alex
talk about.
Yacko, we love you, buddy. We love you.
To start your day, this is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show. I was checking out my headphones here, they seem like they're a little backwards, but maybe it was just me. I was backwards. You know what? We're so lucky. We're going over to the Tuscany Grill. We're going to be there this Wednesday and every Wednesday until they tell us to stop.
Until they get thrown out. Get out of here.
No, but Lou and Jerry and Mike, we got to thank you guys for inviting us over there and making us part of your family.
Right.
And we're going to be there. We start at 8 o'clock. The show starts at 8. And you can call and make your reservations at 702-940-1400. That's 702-940-1400. My thing just
and
came
Lou's
apart
putting he's putting some lights in for us.
Lou's putting some lights up there. Oh, my gosh. And it's so nice. We've got Jimmy Molador playing saxophone with us. And he is a legendary jazz musician. And even my dad says, you know, when we were talking about him playing something with Jimmy Molador, he said he is a legend.
Yeah, but Jimmy not only plays sax, he mastered. Okay, people say he's not only a saxophone player, he mastered the clarinet, the flute. Okay.
Well, so did my dad.
Well, no, right, but he ain't, because there's a lot of guys Sam Butera.
Well, they're woodwinds. They play woodwinds.
Right. Sam Butera was phenomenal.
And usually they'll have a special instrument that they really lean towards. Yeah. But you're right.
Sam Butera was great.
Yeah, he's great on.
That's why he played with sax.
Jimmy Molador is great on clarinet and flute, and he's got the tenor, he's got the alto. He doesn't have baritone there.
Well, if he brings any more instruments, we ain't going to be able to get down the joint.
There's no room.
But I'll tell you, when Jimmy wanted to play a tuba, I said, Jimmy, you got to stop.
But anyway, we've also got David DaCosta who's singing with us.
Unbelievable.
And we're going to be inviting some special guests to be performing with us Wednesday night. We've got David Taylor who's going to be out there filming for the TV show. Yes, he is. And
John.
But thank you to Lou and those guys. So call and make a reservation because you might want to get out there a little early. Have dinner at 7 o'clock. Ricky Cash, Aaron Phillips are going to
be there too.
They're going to be interviewing everybody that walks through that door if they want to be interviewed.
Oh, they'll be interviewed.
So yes, and I know Lou's inviting a bunch of his people, so it's going to be packed. So make your reservations now, 702-940-1400. And also, we've got tickets for the October 19th performance, an evening in concert with the Dick Kastel Orchestra featuring Michael Leonetti.
Yeah, baby.
The Storm That Can't Be Stopped.
That's right, I'm a storm.
Also, Mark Giove.
Not Mark Giove.
Peter Pavone.
I love Pete.
David DaCosta.
Nice kid.
And myself. I'll be singing along with you guys. And we just picked out the songs last night. I'm so excited. We've got rehearsals this Wednesday and Thursday over at Jim Hemming's studio, rehearsal hall. Thank you, Jim, for being there for us and allowing us to rehearse at your studio. And you can get your tickets for the event October 19th. You can get your tickets at 702-348-5707. Just give me a call, 702-348-5707.
$5 a ticket.
Only $35 for
down dinner.
I know, and the staff over at Canyon Gate Country Club is amazing. Chris Hans.
Chris Hans is the best.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
His last name is Hansalino, but he changed it to get the job.
Also, Shane just won an award for being there the longest. He's one of the employees. Yeah,
he was there 72 years.
Sean has been there for I think something like 20-something years.
70.
And So I've been there. I've been in Canyon Gate since 1995. In fact, my sister is the one that introduced me to Canyon Gate. Crystal, my sister Crystal.
Yeah, she's nice.
She was a realtor there. She worked with the original team there. She used to sell the lots there. She did real estate. And now she's down in Newport Beach enjoying the lovely weather down there and the ocean. Hi, Crystal.
My friend Tommy Powers said to me, he said, Mike, I love you. Every time I come and see you, you're behind a gate.
Behind a gate.
Thank you very much, Tom. John Stone.
My mom had pictures taken when they were kids. There were four sisters, the Armstrong sisters, and I was telling Susan McKinney the other day. Susan McKinney, I love Susan McKinney, photographer, and she came out when we were filming the interviews over at the house yesterday on Saturday with David Taylor also. But Susan McKinney, wonderful photographer, she creates memories for you.
She does.
And I got to tell you, I was over at her house and I was looking through her gallery of photos. She has been to Africa. She has been to Alaska. She's been to all these places around the world, and she has these beautiful National Geographic style photos that she has taken. I mean, this woman is amazing. And she she is our special photographer. She's
Yes.
also a WEMA member. And I was telling her about my mom and her mother, Dixie Penrose, who is a photographer also. She was a photographer over at the Queen Mary up in San Francisco. And she would take photos of the daughters, the Armstrong girls, and there are 4 girls, Anita, my mom Wanda, Pat, and Beverly. And those girls are absolutely stunning, and they are memorialized in all these photos. So, if you want to get memorialized in photos, you need to call Susan McKinney because she is wonderful. Check out GaleForcePhotography.com. That's GaleForce, Gayle, ForcePhotography.com. And check out Susan McKinney's work because it's absolutely amazing.
Let me say this to you. If you really want to get...
Let me say what? What? What do you want to say?
Just say?
Hurry up.
What did you just say?
Memorialized.
If you want to get memorialized...
Not in cement.
The state of Nevada will be more than happy to memorialize you if you turn around and do something wrong. And they'll take some wonderful shots.
No.
That will be in infamy.
This is just like John Stiles.
Take a look at this. Close out with this shot, John.
I gotta say thank you to John Stiles. Look at these photos. Here, you hold that one.
Look at that.
I'm gonna hold this one with Mike. And
me and my buddy Lou.
And yes, and where's Jerry? Here's Jerry. We got all the guys from the Tuscany Grill.
The Tuscany Grill.
Yes, and John, you are so fabulous. You are videotaping our everything that we do, every move that we do, and taking these wonderful photos.
I'll put this in a frame.
And also Susan McKinney and David Taylor, our wonderful team, and the staff here at Lotus Broadcasting and KLAV. We thank everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow morning here on Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show.
Oh, yeah.
Chef Michael.
John Lindquist, we love you, buddy. We're going to miss you.
Viva Las Vegas.